My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slice and Dice. I'm not done with alternate. I'm gonna go in on hard, and we do have the option for complex, hard, and easy, which gives hard and easy difficulties a point-buy system similar to unfair. Take in flex, basic, or magical. I kinda wanna take in basic? No, I want to see more green heroes, but the green heroes variants are often quite poor because the green heroes are often directly based around the trait that they have applied to them, the ability they have applied to them, the tactic that they support or something like that. And in this mode, those things tend to be randomized. Like I've seen, a version of Mimic in Alternate rather. Where the Mimic doesn't even get the ability to mimic other sides, so it's literally just empty. It's like an empty statue. But that's no reason to just avoid green heroes. I will go with basic though. Okay. So we have Lotus, Sunyu, Prance, Enchanter, and the Sorcerer. Neat. Sorcerer, wow, you have a gain 2 rerolls cantrip. That's pretty powerful. Enchanter, you have a add engage to target sides? We've seen the Prance many times before. Sunyu. 1 damage chain cleave. I don't think I'll be able to activate that very easily. And then Lotus. Just multiple 2 damage sides. You're a typical orange character, frankly. Okay, every other hero, upon death, grant +1 mana. I'm not going to be taking that. Armon.1A6. So this can summon bones, it can also do 2 damage inflict pain, but it has 5 max HP, and when you remove its first HP, it becomes immune to damage for the rest of the turn. So you typically have to kill it over 2 turns unless you can do 5 damage in a single instance. Alternatively, we have odd single use. All odd sides have single use on them. I feel like that would be pretty tough in, like the Sorcerer immediately loses 1 mana cantrip. That's just gone. Broken Spirit must be equipped immune to healing and shields. And that's only 2 in the point buy as well. Worst has deplete, so it gets +1. I mean, I'm leaning towards the additional monster. Especially because it does have 2 blank sides, so it is occasionally easy to ignore. Okay, Prance. Is defending 2 damage the best you're likely to be able to do this turn? Not necessarily. I think I push. I'll definitely take engage in the chain side there. Ooh. Additional rerolls, thank you, Sorcerer. We get our 2 damage on Lotus. That's fine, that's all it had to be. We also have Gather, the spell from the Sorcerer here. So Gather is spend 2 mana to turn all blank sides to 2 additional mana this turn, so I managed to turn 2 mana into 4 there. SR1.1C9, our randomized spell here, costs 3 mana in order to give shield 3 to cleave. That's very, very powerful. It's unlikely to be especially necessary this turn, as we'll have Sunyu take out 2 bees and an archer. And the incoming damage is now so much lower. Prance, you can just take 4 damage here for that bee to die. I think that's probably better. Well, but I'm about to lose 1 mana at the end of the turn anyway. Okay, I will do the defense. Fine. Not like it's gonna cost me anything. I'll take the Enchanter's heal and shield 1 mana gain side. Some good damage signs there as well. And I'll just get straight to the end of that fight. Ooh. The Puit. or Foot. So the Puit is gonna be really good with the Susura. Sorry, the Susura, because you're level 1. The additional cantrip rerolls obviously playing very well into the Puit's multiple different cantrip sides. The Foot is a little harder of a sell. That's a good spell though. SR2.2AE is 2 damage and weaken for 4 mana. Very, very powerful against enemies. Generation of 4 mana in a single turn? Not especially likely though. And 3 empty sides. I'll take the Puit. I believe in them. Okay, if I can take out both Thorns this turn, I'll be over the moon about it. Sunyu, I'd really prefer you actually roll your shield this turn, rather than a damage. I can definitely see the value in engage. That would give a lot of shielding to a single target. Or could give a lot of shielding to a single target. I could gain a bunch of mana this turn if I really wanted to. I don't think that's going to be especially valuable though. I'm going to keep pushing. Okay, I've got a single 2. That's nice. Ludus is going to be able to take someone out. I could just sacrifice Sunyu this turn. I could just let Sunyu take out both Thorns at the same time and go, Godspeed, buddy, you know? I do think I'm most likely to end up losing at least one hero, so why not make it a much denser outcome here for us? And then next turn I could do pretty much anything in order to end the fight, and we do Regents, or Reagents rather. Replace the 2 right sides with blank and heal 1 regen. I do love a heal 1 regen side. I also like populating the rightmost side of the die, as there are a lot of modifiers that will affect specifically the rightmost side. I don't think I'm going to take Clumsy Shoes because we do have the random monster in every single fight, so it's going to be unlikely that all of my enemies are going to have 5 HP, and I'll be able to have all of my targets fulfill both heavy and eliminate in order to be damaged by our targeted sides. So I'll take Reagents. I can give that to the Enchanter. No problem. Sunyu already taking lethal here, but we do roll Enchanter's engage side as well as Ludus's large damage side. Good to see those. All I would need at this point is Sunyu's chain side, and I'd be able to take out both archers in the back line. We get it! Hell yeah! Get him, Sunyu. Boom. Both archers down. And I should definitely start working on the random monster. Yeah, just push the roll. Engage is not going to work on anyone anymore. I suppose I should probably take out the one that's summoning first, because I've already defended against all of the incoming damage, so taking out the ball this turn wouldn't have necessarily benefited us. Also, I'm pretty sure I still wouldn't have been able to do it. Now's a position where I really did want to leave the Susura on that 1 mana cantrip, just so I would have had enough to fulfill a gather. And that'll do it. Bore down. We get offered the ability to change all of our die. This is just an effect we can apply to the run. Insidious Whispers adds enduring and evil to the left side. Enduring, keywords remain when the side is replaced, if possible. Evil, if this saves a hero, I die. That's really interesting. I think I can exploit that. However, You know what? No, I'm gonna exploit that. Okay, so we have a random, or rather a generated red character being offered to us, who does have heal and shield 2 mana gain, obviously enduring and evil as well. Heal 3 in cleanse for 2 mana. That's a pretty good spell. I do think I probably want to go with the Wounderer. The Wounderer here having 3 Error-sides, so definitely giving us some inevitability to the fight, as well as the 1 damage Defy side. Yeah, let's take you. You've got to remember that even my damage sides can save my heroes by taking out an enemy who otherwise would have damaged. Enchanter, you can definitely have the defend and mana side. Wanderer, I mean, it doesn't really get much better for the Wanderer at this point. Most of the sides are going to end up being 1. That said, all of these people are currently capable of cantripping, so they should definitely continue rolling. Yeah, I get it. So Shield 3 and Cleave would have the ability to defend us against all incoming damage, which, if I just meet the requirement every single turn, and also the alpha isn't just summoning a bunch of additional wolves, I get better, because eventually the Wounderer will just be able to nuke enemies down. So usually I'd be pretty sad about a turn where I'm not accomplishing that much. Here, it's fine. Getting 1 turn deeper into the fight is itself accomplishing something. I also do some early damage to the randomized monster so that I'll be able to take it down quickly. Ludus, you can take your best side. I would really like to start some regen here, so the Enchanter are taking the heal 1 regen side. That'll also help us with this general upkeep. And in fact, if the Wounderer wants to take that shield side, that will also gain the regen keyword. I like that. Let's give both of those to the Puit. So the Wounderer gives the Puit a 2nd point of regen. Actually, I don't think I should do that. I think the Wounderer should give that to Ludus. Reason being, I can actually take out the randomized monster this turn, saving Puit from a lot of effects. So I should spread out the regen rather than let it be wasted. Alpha is finally summoning someone, always knew this had to happen, always feared the day. Wounderer's error sides are now quite large. I would definitely keep engage and then just smack Alpha in the face with it. I'll just take the error side now that's shown up. I'm not going to push it. I could shield everyone from the incoming damage this turn with the Puit, so sure. Sorcerer, I will take your mana side as soon as you roll it. There you go. Wounderer, 6 damage to the Alpha. I'll leave myself enough mana for Gather next turn. It might be an efficient action. Really depending on how extremely terribly unlucky I manage to get, because I do have a lot of open sides. Oh, sorry, a lot of filled sides. Yeah, 3 of my characters only have 1 X available to them. Not very likely to be our outcome. Okay, Enchanter. Actually, the engage side would still be pretty good for me. I'm happy to continue pushing the rolls. Hey, there we go, engage. The Wanderer, yep, as soon as you hit a error side, is now capable of taking out the new wolf. So Enchanter gives engage to the Wounderer, who then takes out the wolf. And Ludus and a burst. will be enough to take out the Alpha. We negate all of the incoming damage from the remaining Wolf, and now it's just you and me, buddy. And yep, the Wounderer can now take you out in a single die. Get him. Rain of Arrows. Replace the top side with 1 damage ranged duplicate. Duplicate again. Copy onto all allied sides this turn. As well as Burning Blade. Replace the left side with 4 damage. And also get -2 to your max HP. So, what's important here? Well, Burning Blade has the ability to change the left side of our die, and the left side of our die has the keyword Enduring. Keywords remain when the side is replaced, if possible, which means, via the Burning Blade, I could give either the Sorcerer or the Puit 4 damage cantrip. However, if that 4 damage ever saves someone, it will it will backfire. It will kill my character. I'm keen to try it. Let's give the Sorcerer this 4 damage cantrip enduring side. Oh my! What have we noticed? Evil, the keyword evil, is only applied to characters who can carry the keyword evil on their side, which means it has to be a die, when used, has a theoretical possibility of saving a character. 1 mana does not have that. It's not damage, and it's not defense. It generates secondary effects via the spells, which means this doesn't even have evil as a keyword, which means I just get a free 4 damage cantrip enduring. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Get him, Sorcerer. Everyone's killing the Wanderer. Sorry, the Wounderer. My apologies. I really don't want to reroll the Sorcerer. The side is good enough. I don't know what to tell you. Oh. Okay. Wounderer, you have the ability to immediately dunk an enemy off the field. Enchanter, you can give Sorcerer the ability to immediately kill the Shade, defend against all incoming damage. The randomized monster has 1 health. Oh, this is good. So we have the Loosed and the Wooch here. The Wooch does have 5 mana, heal 5, regen. Regen 5 on a character, especially if that character has a reasonable amount of max HP, that character is now not dying. That said, a single 3 mana enduring side, a single 3 heal cleanse side, and a heal 1 boost. Ooh, do I like that more than the Enchanter? I don't think I like it more than the Enchanter. Up against that is the Loosed, who has a 3 damage enduring evil. Both of those naturally just by the effect of the thing that we already had. Cruel side. Cruel does double damage to targets on half or less of their HP. I think we probably take the Loosed here because the Loosed is going to be really good at finishing off targets that the Sorcerer has managed to set up. 3 snakes in our randomized monster. Do I keep re-rolling? Do I ever keep re-rolling if I just hit the Sorcerer's best side? Like, it feels hard because I already have another 4 damage available in it now. I don't want to re-roll. It's too good to re-roll. Oh, unfortunately the Sorcerer has inflicts pain on them, so if they roll any of their available sides, I've still only hit that side every single turn. It's wild. If they hit any of the cantrip sides, they were going to die immediately. But I haven't missed that big cantrip side yet. It just keeps coming up. Just this. It's wild. Blood Chalice. Self-shield 1 for each wasted point of healing I receive. Wasted points of healing can happen, especially now that I have regen. 3 of a kind. Add trio to the rightmost side. Trio times 3 if it has the same pips as the final 3 die played this turn. It's unlikely I can actually trigger that on heal 1 regen, because my cantrips have size 2, size 4. These ones are all 1, but they're all on the same die as well. I think it's theoretically possible I could trigger 3 of a kind though. Let's do it. Well, because the final cantrip just has to be 1 from the Puit, and then I have to use the Puit's ability afterwards, and then activate it. Ooh. This evil side I can use to save the sorcerer. That'll be fine. Puit, I really do think you should keep your shield 1 to all allies. I think that is really useful. Wanderer. You copycatting this turn would also be pretty good. And between the 2 of us, we can take out one of the ogres. Wait. Oh, I die if this saves a hero. I somehow forgot that evil was I die if this rescues a hero, and thought I was going to be fine. I had inverted the moral scale. That'll do, right? Wanderer starts threatening a life. There goes 1. Well, we let a bone spawn, but we take out the ogre, so. Ogre? Troll. Something else? Can't remember what the enemy was. It was there literally multiple seconds ago. I'm almost concerned that I can't remember what that enemy was. Anyway, moving on. We got that fight done. So there's the Shaman and the Warlock. Warlock. The Warlock. The OOR sounds poor. Warlock, right? Like it sounds like an A in my accent. So Warlock, that'll work. 1 mana Enduring Bloodlust, as well as another 1 mana Enduring Bloodlust, as well as the ability for 1 mana kill an enemy with 2 or less HP ranged. I think that's actually a sharp downgrade on the Sorcerer right now. And then we have the Shaman, who does have 3 damage growth, Enduring Evil, shield 4 growth, heal 1 mana gain, but the most interesting thing to me, glow. For 1 mana, replace blank sides with heal and shield 2 this turn. I love glow. And I will give you the regen setup. Actually, no. Let's give the regen setup to the Puit, who won't lose any sides to use it. Up against Agnes, Gither, and Magrat. I have not yet encountered the Discworld novels that these characters are part of, but I do understand them to be references. I am still reading the 2nd book. And going chronologically as well, so. And I read so slowly. It took me like a year to read the first one. I just don't read often. I never think about it. I'm a podcast person. Oh, we got the additional rerolls. That's great. Sorcerer is probably going to be able to kill another character this turn. It's going to be great. Shaman, you would actually be really good to use your damage side, your growth side rather. Wanderer, you copycatting is certainly not the worst thing you could do. Okay. Schumann takes out Magrat. Wounderer defends Schumann. The Loosed should probably just start battering down the randomized monster. One target off the field on the very first turn? Can't be half mad at that. That growth coming into play now that the Wounderer is copycatting Cantrip as well, but putting out 2 shields. Really showing up the Puit right there. That's a lot of shielding we got. I do suspect one of the best things I'm going to be capable of doing is just taking out the bones. Unfortunately. Wait, I was about to say, unfortunately, that doesn't really accomplish much else. It does 1 damage to both Agnes and the randomized monster, but also, more time is more good for us. Because of the Wounderer. Remember the thing that I said in the first fight? I thought I'd forgotten about it. Alright, Agnes. Just you and me. And your wolf. You and me and your wolf. And the Wounderer, the Loose, the Puit, and the Schumann, and the Sorcerer. So really, there's a lot of us here. Goodbye, Agnes. Eye patch. Remove all keywords from the left side. Corruption. Add evil and +1 pip to all heal/self-heal sides. I mean, I don't see that really making a difference. Eye patch, remove all keywords from that side. That would give me the ability to draft a character that I really do want. Like, this can negate the keyword death and stuff like that, but also it could save me from leaving evil on a side that is like, you know, shield for rescue. Like, rescue side definitely wants to save heroes in order to be reused. I guess I would remove that keyword. I don't know what I was trying to do with this. It'll be useful at some point, trust me. Just trust me. 2 damage on turn 1. Well, no, the Wounderer does actually have access to a lot of damage via via Defy right now. Ooh, nice shot there. The Sorcerer managed to hit one of the bones on the top side, enabling the Schumann to take out the next bones, and then the Sorcerer to take out the quartz. The Wounderer can set up the bones on the enemy side for the Loost's 1 damage cruel to be enough to take them out. And the Puit just defends the Shaman. The Schumann. Wow. That was a very efficient opening turn. Loose, you can take your best side. I'll find out how to use it without saving someone directly. Wounderer and Sorcerer both got pretty good sides there. Schumann, you should really just keep re-rolling until you get damage if you can. Okay. Loose just takes out the randomized one, and then we'll defend the Wounderer rather, enough for the enemy to run away. Kronos has 2 mana growth enduring, while the Initiate has 4 mana single use enduring. Also contains the spell Chill for 2 mana, 2 damage weaken, single cast. Or Krunos' 2 mana for Shield 5. Shield 5 is pretty big. Both of these still feel like a downgrade on the Susura, but I can move the Susura's ability over to the Puit right now. The Susura's ability over to the Puit. Sorry. I feel like I had it locked in for a bit and then I forgot it. It'll work. I mean, out of these, probably prefer Krunos. Let's take it. Also, Krunos, you can actually take the regen stuff. That'll work perfectly. Up against 2 Graves, our randomized monster, Fanatic and a Ghost. Not the turn we're looking for. Loosed. Yeah, 2 damage is pretty good for you. Woof. Puit defends everyone a little bit. The Schumann defends herself. Krunos, a little bit more mana. I guess I just want to take a Grave out this turn, ideally. Windra, do some damage to one of the Graves. Loosed. Follow, and then I'll burst one of them as well, just to get one down so that I'm not getting so many bones summoned, because the randomized monster is also summoning a bone. Bones. Thankfully, the Fanatic is doing damage to itself, so I don't really have to worry too much about it. Schumann should definitely take the largest defense they're capable of generating. Krunos, I would prefer your mana, because I can use your mana to generate 5 shield for you, which would be the equivalent of you dodging this turn, but it would also grow one of your sides. So it has better utility for us. Loosed, you can definitely take the damage side there. Oof, that got pretty bad near the end. I feel like I'm gonna have to take down one of the bones here. Just in order to survive. And then I'll have the Wounderer make sure the Fanatic takes itself out this turn. It's also nice to have our randomized monster no longer capable of evading our damage. Though they're doing nothing this turn, so I'm probably not going to damage them. Krunos has the best side at the moment, should definitely keep that. I'll keep rolling on the Puit. Probably shouldn't have, though. Okay, Loosed hit that bones. Krunos gives us mana. Wounderer, you can copy that growth if you'd like here. Would defend myself, and I'll even use Glow just to give the Schumann the ability to heal the Loosed. That poison on the Loosed is really going to be the problem here. Pushing the rolls. Okay, Wounderer, that is perfect. You having access to 5 damage right now is everything we need. Wounderer... Whoop. What happened there? Wounderer, you are looking to spend yours on the Ghost. I will be losing the Loosed this turn. That is, unless I manage to take the enemy out, but that's not happening. Actually, yeah, it isn't happening. I didn't want to risk rolling the Puit one more time, because if I hit another shield cantrip and then that hit the Wounderer would not have had enough damage via the Defy, and I would have had to push for, last turn at least, only one of the error sides that could have fulfilled it. And now the Wounderer takes out the bones and we're all good. Fight 11, Wand Grips. Add single use and +2 pips to the left side. Well, single use and +2 pips, and then I could remove the keyword. That's not bad. However, it's up against the Bag of Holding. +2 item slots for a maximum of 4, and +2 max HP on the same character. I do like item slots. Right now, though, it's functionally just HP. Ooh, both of the zombies rolled for their worst side, in my estimation, which is the double poison side. That's a toughie. Especially tough for our team to deal with here as well. Yikes. Coming up pretty blank here. Okay, this turn has something at least. Kronos can avoid. The Schumann can start working on the randomized enemy. We're losing the Loosed. Can't do anything about that. And I'll start working on one of the enemy zombies. Now the Schumann actually has a 4 damage side, so I can take out a zombie, which is nice. Yeah, nothing happening on that turn, please. Schumann, you definitely keep your best side. Puit, could you please roll the side that I desperately need from you? Please, at any point. Unfortunately, we'll be losing the Puit this turn. I'll take out one of the zombies. Kronos, you can avoid nothing because you didn't manage to roll anything better, unfortunately. Wounderer, you take out the randomized monster. I mean, like, we'll still probably get through this fight, but, like, now I am increasingly reliant on... No, I can hit the Divide side on the Wounderer this turn. Never mind, we're all good. The Schumann takes out the zombie. Ah, but rescues the Wounderer whilst doing so. Okay, I'm going to continue pushing the reroll on Kronos, hoping to get, there we go, mana so that I can defend the Wounderer so that the Schumann is no longer saving them and doesn't die. And now the Wounderer can take out the Sniper. We're up against the Lich. Army of Bones in front of him here as well. Sparky. A level 3. You? So Sparky. 4 mana enduring, 1 damage charged, single use. Charged an additional pip for each stored mana. Unfortunately, stored mana is a little hard to come by when we have the Schumann as our other role, who doesn't really generate much of it. And then another damage, single use side. Then the spell for 1 mana, 1 damage, engage. That seems very, very minimal for a 3rd tier character. Or, sorry, that's the Spearkey. The Speaky. Speaky will work. And then there's the Breet. 8 damage heavy, 4 damage self-shield. I feel like that's even worse than the Wounderer as well. You know what? I'm gonna take a random tier 3. We've been given the Fiend. The Fiend has 8 mana Pain. Enduring, 5 mana Pain, as well as the spell for 3 mana, do 5 damage. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, the Fiend has 7 max HP, so I'm going to have to give them the Bag of Holding so that they can actually survive one of their own pain sides. Actually, never mind. Boom. Eye Patch. Now it doesn't even cost him anything. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's very powerful. Wounderer, you can take your best side this turn. Everyone else pushes the reroll. Loosed and Shaman, you can take yours. Fiend, Shaman rather. Fiend, you definitely want to take a side this turn. I'm not letting you get away without it. Too useful. So I could take out the randomized monster on turn 1. I think that's a great idea. So we use the spell to do that, then I'll use Burst to set up the enemy bones. The Wounderer takes that bones out. Oh. In doing so, I appear to have defended someone. Ah, the Poet. Oh no, everyone's gonna make a defense if they do that. Okay, instead, I'll glow and have the Poet defend themselves with that glow. And I'll have to work out alternative damage arrangements here. Wounderer hits the bones in the first place, then the Shaman hits that same bones, and the Loosed takes off 1 more bones. That'll work. Unfortunately, the Loosed has been petrified for 2. So a 2 damage Cruel for the Loosed is the best side, which they get immediately, so I'll take it. Also, speaking of best sides, Fiend with the 8 mana, no downside side. Poet did incredibly well right there, rolling the damage cantrip. And will do so again. Shaman smacks the Lich right in the face. Actually, no. Fiend uses the spell on the Lich. And then Shaman uses her 4 damage on the bones that is summoned by that. Then the spell on the Lich again. Then the spell on the bones that was summoned. And finally the Loosed hits the Lich, taking them all the way down to 1 HP, as well as 1 remaining bones on the field. Which means as soon as we kill that bones, the Lich goes down too. That won't do it. That will, but with a death? Oh. Technically, I think that will do it. I think I will lose the Wounderer for this, though. As I'm going to take out the bones, and the bones then takes out the Lich. Yep, which rescues the Loosed. Add Cantrip to all sides with exactly 1 pip. I do really like that, even though it currently doesn't look good at all. I do like it. What if I did that? There's also Candle, add Vigil to all sides, plus 1 pip for each defeated ally. So the thing is, I want to put Bag of Holding, and then Reagents, 3 of a kind, and Cantrip onto the same person? If I do it to the Puit, then I'll lose my 4 damage cantrip, but I'll get mana back. I do like mana. That also then gives cantrip to the shield 1 to all allies. In fact, the Puit's entire die is just cantrip. And of course, 1 blank space, but we don't need to talk about that. Up against the Spiker Ogre, a blind and our randomized creature. Woundra, you hitting 2 damage on turn 1 is about as good as it gets. Schumann, you hitting 3 damage on turn 1 as well as the growth. Again, similar. Everyone else should push. Twice. Ooh. Fiend hit it big time. And I can cast the big spell 3 times. Okay, so I know exactly what I'm doing then. Which is, Woundra, you hit the enemy's blind. Schumann, you don't follow that up. Now you do. We use the spell to take out the randomized monster as well as the ogre, leaving just the Spiker on the field who's hitting the Puit who had double defense. If I can do enough damage, then the Wounderer and the Loosed have just rolled pretty good sides for themselves. There's that regen with all the benefits. Okay, Puit, give yourself 3 regen as well as heal for 3. Woundra and Loosed will both just strike the enemy. Come on, Puit. Oh my god, you did actually roll the regen side again. That's great. Let's hit the Spiker with the spell, and then the Loosed is enough to finish that off afterwards anyway. Do I want the D-ball or Y3? Oh, this is difficult, because Y3 does have 2 very, very powerful damage sides. We've got 8 damage heavy and 6 damage enduring evil. Unfortunately, the other 2 sides are 1 damage focus and 1 damage, so not really that much to talk about. But I mean, the D-ball's in the same position, frankly, with only a 1 mana side, a heal 1 side, then heal 9, which is fine, but a lot of time heal 9 is the same as heal 1. And then 8 damage enduring evil. If I'm entirely honest, I think the play is to take Y3. D-ball only has 1 damage side. Okay, we're up against a Ghost, a Basilisk, a Chomp, and our randomized monster yet again. We'll take the best damage sides of both Y3 and the Loosed. There's the shield, everyone coming out of the Puit. Twice even! Thrice even! Yeah, the problem here is that if Y3 takes out the Ghost rather, I will also be saving myself. So by killing the target that is going to kill me, I will be saving myself and therefore will die. Bit of a problem, that one. So I will be losing Y3 this fight, I can tell you that much so far. If I hit the Ghost, I do it. If I hit Basilisk, and then try and finish off the Basilisk with someone else, like the Loosed, then I'll lose the Loosed. Do I want to lose the Loosed instead? I can see that being easier. Yeah, let's lose the Loosed instead. So, Loosed, you can do your 3 damage cruel to an enemy on half HP there in the Basilisk, thereby saving Y3. Schumann, you should probably just get started on... Actually, get started on the Ghost. The randomized monster really doesn't pose much of a threat to us anymore. Oh, Y3 also just spent one of their only damage sides, so they are now much less potent than they were before. Because the Basilisk took it away, what with the petrification and all. I rolled the side 3 times in a row, but unfortunately I can't use it. Because it was petrified. Alright. I have the ability to cast this a couple of times, so let's take out the jump. And actually, I'll go for a heal on our Y3, hand it over to the Fiend. The rest of the fight should be very simple with just the Bones, Ghost, and randomized monster on the field. I mean, unless I completely whiff. But what are the odds of that happening? They say, tempting the gods. Alright. Let's get Y3 to take out the randomized monster because it has the most health on the field. Shaman, you follow up by taking out the Bones, unfortunately saving someone. If I use the Puit to save the Fiend first, though, you don't save anyone, and then I can use the Burst to take out the final Ghost, getting us to the next fight. A chest? I get a random tier 1 cursed item. Has to be equipped because it's cursed. And a random tier 4 item. So the cursed tier 1 items tend to be things like, you know, add exert to your left and middle side. Or, you know, blank out your top and bottom sides or something like that. Tier 4 items tend to be pretty good. I'll take it. Ugh, Power Stone? Grey Heroes only. Replace the middle side with 0 mana Steel. And then Affliction, yeah. Add Pain to the 2 left sides. That's fine. Wandcraft. Replace all sides with single-use mana sides, retaining their original pips and keywords. I mean, I could turn Y3 into a mana generation powerhouse. I give them Wandcraft, and then No, I don't want to give them the eye patch, obviously. Fiend needs to have the eye patch. Speaking of, Fiend will also blank out Pain entirely. Affliction is given to 2 sides that already have Pain, and then I negate it on one of them. What of it? I think it's time to lose the reagents and 3 of a kind from this build. I mean, I guess I can give them to another character, but it's not going to happen. Power Stone. If this is given... Wait, Power Stone for the... Power Stone's the middle side it affects? Oh. Dang. Well, that's less fun. It has to be on the Grey Hero. I don't think Buit wants this. I think Buit just does want to keep the old build. We also have Botany. Oh, a keyword that I've never seen before. Botany adds group growth to all heal/self-heal sides. Group growth. The keyword growth activates for all allies on this side. So as in, if I had a heal here that activated group growth, others would activate only in their right slot? Is that it? That's what seems to be implied by this. Which would make it significantly less useful. Wandcraft I can at least exploit. I'm gonna take botany and figure out what's going on with it. There you go. Regen group growth cantrip. But that will only develop other sides that are blank. So but I can't develop. What I expect is about to happen is that if I hit this side, every other blank on my other characters, or rather their rightmost blank, will get +1. So I need characters that have something in that slot to actually be able to benefit from this. I could theoretically get the Schumann to use heal 1 mana gain, a side I never use, in order to generate growth for the Loosed. I'm not going to do that. Up against 2 Thorns, 4 Snakes, and our randomized monster again. Let's get the Loosed to take out one of the Thorns on the field, because those can be a bit tricky. Unfortunately, the Schumann has been petrified once. That's not going to affect them yet, because petrification comes in from the top of the die down. But next petrification will take away my damage side. I kind of expect to sacrifice both the Loosed and Y3 this fight. I don't want to do it this early, admittedly. But desperate times, etc. So there goes the Loosed. I can use Glow to get the Schumann to save Y3. I'll do that. Then pop a couple more enemies. That'll do. 2 snakes left. Well, I mean, growth at least activates for itself on that side as well, which is pretty good for the Puit. Y3, that's actually good enough to take a character out, so I'll accept it. Schumann, you target the snake on the top side. Y3, you follow that up with Focus. And then Puit, if you give your regen to the Fiend, the Fiend is actually going to negate their poison and start regenerating on top of it. I'm just going to lock in the ability to win this fight right now. And then we're gifted it with Abundance. Let's use this spell to take out the snake and move on to fight 16 up against Tarantus. Oh man, Ranger? Really? Okay, well, Ranger has 7 damage. Ranged, Enduring Evil, great side. And then 1 damage ranged, 1 damage ranged cleave, 1 damage ranged. Ranger? Sorry, not Ranger, Ranger. And the Geardener. So the Geardener has 4 mana enduring, heal 2 mana gain, and then heal 1. The spell's gonna have to be pretty good. The spell is 5 mana, shield 6 to all allies. I guess. The Ranger at least would have Cantrip. I could give them Cantrip for all their 1 pip sides. It doesn't seem like much, because it isn't. I'm very tempted by a random tier 3 level up at this point, which I will take. Okay. I suspect I've gotten screwed here. We have the Splint. And the Splint has 4 mana single use, 3 mana single use, 1 mana single use, heal 20 single use, as well as a 2 mana spell to heal and shield 3 on the same target. That is not what we wanted. I cannot rightly describe that as what we wanted. Alas. Time for Tyrantus. Oh, Tyrantus is already trying to kill the Loost on the top side. If I can do enough damage to Tyrantus this turn, I can actually be fine with this, because they'll be attacking a target that's already dead. But I suspect I'm not going to be able to do that much damage. I suppose I may end up actually saving the target here. I'm surprised. Let's use our defensive spell twice, and that'll do it. Then I'm looking to take out 2 targets on the field. Give me both of the spiders that are doing poison damage, please. And then Loosed, you can start work on the randomized monster. I mean, yeah, getting some regen out on the field is really good. I'm very happy I have it. Tyrantus has taken some time to slow down, summoning 3 spiders this turn, so I really want to advance my position on board. Fiend has rolled their second best side, and I'm not going to push it. It costs me 2 mana to get 5 mana back at this point, but it's still worth it. Y3 does a bunch of damage to Tyrantus. And I'll take out the randomized monster as well as the spider. I'm happy to lead the turn here. No benefit in just spending extra mana right now. Got to do a bunch of damage to Tyrantus that turn, so not half bad. And another turn of doing a bunch of damage to Tyrantus. Thank you, Y3, for rolling your big damage heavy sides. In fact, we're about to do 8 pips to Tyrantus, which means that Tyrantus will be going over the edge. Which is to say, dying. Loosed, you really did not need all of that value you just got. Okay. First off, Puit, you should give some regen to the Fiend. Fiend, you should generate some additional mana. I should do a bunch of damage to Tyrantus, and then Loosed, time for you to say goodbye. Doing a bunch of damage to Tyrantus yourself. Now Tyrantus is targeting no one. Y3 takes them out. And all I have to follow up with is a kill on a single bones in order to avoid any characters of my own dying, and in fact I'll even defend and heal the Splint. The Fiend gets 4 regen, so he's already back to the ability to use the 5 mana pain side if I need to. Yeah, okay, just having growth on this regen cantrip side is already good enough. We can see the value it's given to this fight. Trying to get better with the keys. Alright. Randomized monster in this fight as well. And there's 2 of them. They both have the same die and same ability. The ability is reduced damage taken from abilities and dice by 1. So they're kind of like a null. But they have 8 max health. They've got 2 sides that do 2 damage poison, 2 sides that do 1 damage. Bullseye. Add engage to the entire middle column. Times 2 versus targets that have full HP. An Iron Blood Pendant. +3 to incoming healing and shields. Iron Blood Pendant +3 to incoming healing and shields. That actually turns the spell from the Splint into heal and shield 6 for a single target exclusively, though. Realistically, I kind of want to go for a randomized. We got a randomized and we got a 9. This 9 is sick! Horned Viper. Add poison to the 2 left sides. Poison with the unblockable damage is now a 6 damage poison side and an 8 damage poison side on Y3. That was a great pickup. Anything else I need to change about this build? Nothing I can see so far. Alright, let's go. One of the randomized monsters manages to hit the poison side. That's to be expected. Rolling pretty yikes here. I do get the ability to put 5 damage into a single creature. I suspect that's best spent taking the randomized monster on the top off of the field this turn. Oh gosh, both of the randomized monsters generate their poison this turn. They are rolling as well as they possibly can. Thankfully, so are the Splint and the Fiend. Y3, could you just hit one of your good sides, please? Poo it. You defend yourself and give yourself the additional healing there, thank you. So I have the ability to use SB3 4 times this turn. If I start by taking out Armon, the summon, and then also take out the Fanatic, I'm now safe. And I can also take out the final randomized monster with our Cruel and Focus follow-up from the Loosed and Y3. 2 snipers up against our team at this point, and we should fly through this. I mean, both of those snipers are trying to kill the same person, but I wouldn't be saving the Fiend to kill one of them with the Loosed right now. It won't be enough to rescue them, you see. Ooh, now it would be. Yikes. Well, do I lose the Loosed or the Fiend? I'll lose the Loosed. We have the Jiggler and the LE. I gotta still profess my love for the LE. Look at this side. Heal and shield 7. Enduring evil, unfortunately. Also, 1 damage self-shield, a shield 3 cantrip, heal 2 and shield, as well as shield 1 cantrip. It's just so much value. The Jiggler, though, with a 3 damage cantrip, 3 damage cantrip, 1 damage cantrip, 1 damage cantrip. I have to say it intrigues. I could also give that poison. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Give me the Jiggler. I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Alright, up against 2 trolls, randomized monster and the Whiz in the back line. Let's give him a Jiggler. Fiend, I'll allow you to generate your mana this turn. Okay. So Pooit, you can save the Jiggler. Why 3? Where would you want to target? I suspect just take out the randomized monster and then we continue working on one of the trolls. The general idea for our spells, though, should just be saving our 2 defenseless characters. And heck, I'll even have the troll take itself out this turn. That's enough poison. Got to dish out a huge amount of regen that turn as well. No one needs saving this turn, so I don't have to worry about that. Easy fight. Fight 19. Angel Feather adds rescue to the top and the bottom sides. Now, we still haven't got our Pooit upgrade, so I don't know whether that's gonna be good. Charged Hammer. Replace the left side with 10 damage, heavy, charged. I could theoretically have that use cantrip. The only problem is that would also likely save characters. I still think I do want to take it. I don't want many of it in a single fight. If I put it over the splint side, then I don't even have to worry about it having evil. Oh, no, wait, it doesn't have evil. Oh, I forgot about that. It wouldn't have evil if it was on the Pooit. Okay, I'm gonna give all of these to Y3. Because I can still get some regen cantrip sides and still have the group growth going on and all that stuff. And now the Pooit has 10 damage, heavy, cantrip, enduring, charged. So in this fight, it's actually really important that I have access to 4 damage. So if I did give the Burning Blade to the Jiggler loses 2 max HP, but now has a 4 damage cantrip, which is capable of taking out these zombies, which I think is probably more powerful. And now I'm willing to give the Power Stone to the Pooit because I'm no longer actually giving them cantrip on that defend all side. 3 zombies, a Hydra, and again, a randomized monster, of course. I feel like I just accept the gift the Jiggler just gave us. Y3's here with another swing. Okay. There goes zombie number 1. Zombie number 2. Zombie number 3. I'll generate a bunch of mana. And then I'll hit the Hydra twice. Thrice, I guess. Actually, we'll just take out everything on turn 1, why don't we? The Inevitable. The Inevitable we've only fought once before. Again, it has 2 sides that give it inevitability in this fight. Well, it has a lot of inevitability in this fight. All of its sides have error, so all of them get an additional pip for every elapsed turn in the fight. 2 of them target our highest health character and self-heal the Inevitable. One of them inflicts Exert in Cleave, and one of them does damage and weakens the top and bottom. They become immune to damage every 5 HP you remove from them. You really want to do one big bop. If I'm entirely honest with you, I think the beard here would be cool. definitely would be cool. I like it. I like a lot of things about it. I don't think, however, it's better than allowing the Puit to not have to worry about killing themselves when they try and take out enemies. I'm gonna skip this level up. I'm taking the Burning Blade back off the Jiggler, but the rest of the fight seems well set up for. 5 Wisps, 1 Inevitable, 1 Randomized Monster. None of us are dying this turn, so I don't have to worry about saving anyone. Y3 immediately gets the ability to take a single Wisp out. Love it. Fiend, I really do want to continue re-rolling. I don't want to just accept your 5 self-damage on turn 1 immediately. But it does give us the ability to guarantee an enemy goes down, and it's really important I take these Wisps off the field. Jiggler, I'll keep that side. Poison's really good. Especially if I do it to the Inevitable. That's Inflict Pain happening on the top side there. Yeah, I need to stop that. No Inflict Pain on Juggler, please. Actually, that's still gonna happen, right? Unless I take out both of these Wisps on the bottom side. Excuse me, one more. They're all trying to inflict pain on the Jiggler, so the Jiggler will just be constantly giving themselves damage every single time. I'm so glad I have just enough mana to push through all of that. The more poison I can give to the Inevitable, the better. I will allow the Fiend to take that side. Can I still poison? So the Inevitable has 6 poison right now. Yep, I can still put that poison on the Inevitable. I will. Heal and shield for Fiend, who it can defend themselves. And then take out those 2 enemies. 1 more heal and self-shield for the Spleen. I don't expect there to be much difficulty for the rest of this fight. I believe we have set ourselves up for victory. Fiend finally rolls the no damage side. Glad to see that. All of us are going to be exerted next turn. That's fine. 5 damage to the Inevitable, and then another 8. Oh wow. We finally hit the charged side. The Inevitable now only has 1 HP remaining. I mean, I will take the Fiend, and then I will pilot it such that I end the turn. The enemy heals. Realistically, I just needed to get to the next turn as quickly as possible there. That'll do it. Y3 takes out the Inevitable with a focused attack. And that's alternate completed on hard with a current streak of 2 and a best streak of 2. See, it's totally possible. On hard. Unfair is a tough one for this. Maybe I'll play in the kiddie pool here on hard for a bit before moving back up to unfair on the alternate mode. But for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slice and Dice. Top left is the series playlist for all of my content of the game past, present, future. YouTube recommendation is down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays and above the thank tier. Special thanks this episode to someone named Sean. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.